Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to teach you guys how to change the front rotors and the pads on a 2006-7 Mazdaspeed 6. First things first, you want to take a screwdriver, have somebody press the brake and turn this and take out the screw. So I'm going to do that right now. That's the first thing you want to do. But keep it in there, like loosen them up, but keep one in there hand tight, because on the next step it's important. All right, the next step is in this hole, and they got another hole at the bottom where this wrench is. You're gonna take a T45 and loosen it up. Loosen up the bottom one all the way out and loosen this one up just enough so you can move the caliper out the way. All right, the next step here, guys, is to take off this retainer clip. You just literally just like take it off. You can take it off by hand, but I just like using tools. Wait, I'm not gonna get it off. Don't do that because it might poke somebody's eye out, but since I'm only here and I got on glasses, I'm good. All right, the next step is sorry, I'm not using my gimbal today because this is a tight spot. You're gonna get a screwdriver, put it on the back end, and you're gonna loosen it up because obviously it's gonna be tight. So now that it's loosened, take that bottom one. If it's not already out, take this bottom piece all the way out where my finger is. There's a screw in there. Take it all the way out. All right, guys, so the next step on this is you got to now loose enough to get your screwdriver or your crowbar back behind this pad here. Now you would do this if you're just changing the pads, but since I'm changing the pads in the rotors, I don't mind putting the screwdriver on the rotor, but I usually put it behind here, and it gives me enough room to get leverage to pull back, like how I'm doing right now, to open the piston up for the new pads. Or open up the caliper, pushing back the piston for the new pads. You see how this is now moving? You're probably gonna get some more room. So since that's moving, I got something for that. Oh, nope, since I took the bolt out, I can't do it that way. But yeah, so you take that, keep putting pressure on it until you see this piston here completely flush. So once you get that done here, which I'm probably gonna do here off camera, we're gonna take off the top one, the top bolt that's sitting right here, as you guys can see, and pull this caliper all the way off. All right, now that that all is off, you go ahead and pull this off. Obviously, you don't wanna let this hang, but I'm kind of just gonna let it hang here gently. But normally you don't want to let your caliper hang on your lines. So you got enough room now. Take out the pads and take out the pads, throw those away. Now your next step here is these are two bolts here, 1 and 2. I believe they're 17s. Let me double check. Yeah, these are 17mm bolts. And you're just gonna take 1 and 2 off, and this whole bracket here comes off. This has to come off for the brake caliper to, not the brake caliper, the brake rotor to come off. So yeah, so once you get these 2 off, you're gonna get these 2 screws out all the way. The reason why I told you to break them off first, because it's easier to break them with the brake caliper on, because somebody with the brake caliper with the brake pads on, so somebody can match the brakes so you can turn it. Because if it's on there hard and you try to turn it, it's gonna turn the full thing, and you don't want that. So yeah. All right, guys, so now that you see that's off, we're gonna rip this off. Screws off, and it's just that easy. And to reinstall everything, you reverse that. So that's what I'm about to do right now. All right, guys, so when you buy the pads, just like the Mazdaspeed 3s, and I think the Mazdaspeed 3s, every car has, like, all these cars have different stuff going on. But just like the Mazdaspeed 3, if you have a Speed 3, you have a left or inner and an outer pad, which if you guys saw in my last video, I learned the hard way. Well, I forgot, honestly. I knew it, but I forgot. So this one goes inside the brake caliper, and this one goes outside. So make sure that you guys do that. And it only goes one way, so you can't even mess it up. It literally goes this way. So it goes up this way, and then it goes on the other side like this. So it's gonna go boom and then boom. So let's do a time lapse of installing this, and yeah, we're good to go. with the way that my garage is set up, you guys didn't really see much, but long story short, make sure you line up the holes for the rotors back. Don't forget to put the retaining clip, I call that a retaining clip, back on. And the last thing is, if your hands look like mine and you touch the pads, the rotor where the pads are supposed to be, make sure you clean these off with like brake cleaner or something, because you don't want any grease or grime when you're trying to stop, for obvious reasons. So my favorite part of this job is checking your work. So that this car is all-wheel drive, we got it on all 4 jack stands. Now the 4-wheel drive might act crazy given that the front tires are not on. So turn the steering wheel straight, turn it, yeah, right there is fine. Now crank it up. All right, put it in first gear, foot off the brake, let your foot off the clutch. Clutch in, let the e-brake down. There you go, now go. All right. So, the all-wheel drive system is currently working, but you always have to check your work. This side seems fine, and this side always seems fine. And this is a great way to check if your all-wheel drive is still working. And yeah, simple as that. But always check your work, because sometimes you might have something loose, you might make a small mistake, something's not tightened up all the way, or you got the pads on wrong. And are you hitting the gas? I know she ain't hitting the gas right now. All right, before you brake something, clutch in and hit the brakes very softly. There you go. Now you can turn the car off. Turn it off. There we go. You make sure. Well, it's going to go to the floor. That's a great question. So she asked me, is the brakes going to go to the floor? Now, your first time doing this, you're going to have to pump the brakes up because you just push the piston back. So once you pump the brakes up, it should be solid. If it's not, double check your work, because you got a leak. Because I hope I don't got a leak, because I didn't properly hang the caliper with a zip tie or something. I just let it hang. But hopefully I don't have a leak. I don't see one. All right, hit the brakes. Like, hit the brakes again. Is it solid?
Yeah.
All right, it's not moving. All right, turn the car on real quick. All right, just keep pumping take the e-brake off and pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, not the gas. Is it hard? So it's hard. Okay, that's important, because if it still felt squishy, we got a problem. All right, before we piss off all the neighbors, this car is really loud. Turn it off. You did that on purpose, bro.
No.
You did that on purpose. Don't do that.
No.
I already crank up this car like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Stop.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, take your butt inside. You're in
Let
punishment.
Mason go.
No, don't bring Mason outside here. Oh, dog vlog. Dog vlog. All right, go back inside before he runs off in the street. So I'm taking her out for a little testy ride, make sure everything is right. And also, I just like hearing this car. So that's another thing. I know the car is stopped, obviously, because I made it this far. But I just wanted to take her for a nice little stroll. I would gun it, but where I live is over policed, and I don't want to go to jail today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. But it wouldn't be a brake check video without brake checking. So let me go ahead and get to a spot where it's safe to brake without killing myself and somebody else. Ooh, there's a turn coming up. All right, clutch in and hit the brake. Oh shit. Oh, this shit stopped. The ABS works at least. All right, the ABS was activated. That's the first time I've ever gotten an ABS on this car to work. But everything flew forward. Everything just flew forward. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna do some more small stuff here and there with the Speed 6 to make it more daily drivable. Actually, I've been daily driving it. I should have done this long ago. This car is a phenomenal car. I mean, this car is great. This car is better than I thought it was gonna be. For a daily driver purpose, it's almost a 10 out of 10. But we're gonna make it at least a 9 out of 10. It's almost there. But if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with all your friends. I'll see you guys in another video.